Hey guys, welcome to another A to Z yoga video. I'm Amy Zara, your teacher. If you haven't yet subscribed, hit the button down there or down there, wherever it is, so that you don't miss out on any videos. Today's video is really best for anyone who's trying to warm up for a run or an obstacle course run or any kind of a workout really. It's just an amazing one to really work on that hip stability that we all need before we do any kind of a workout. Even before yoga, you can do this as a yoga warm-up. So, all you need today is a mat, yourself, and some comfortable clothing, and then we can begin. So let's start standing in the middle of the mat and just take one foot behind you. Start with your right foot behind you. Keep that stability on the left foot and just really gently rotate the foot and try to rotate it from the ankle and the hip. You don't want to move the whole body with it, it's just the foot. Just a few times, so you're just starting to get a little bit of any clicking or clogging out of the ankle and the other direction now. I tend to do this before any of my workouts, especially if I do any kind of hip workouts, because I don't like working out with trainers on. I like to work out bare feet. So this just helps to really connect to my feet again. So then you're going to do we'll do it with the other foot. So start to rotate that foot round in one direction. Doesn't matter which direction you start in, just any will do. And then round in the other direction. And you'll feel as you're doing it, you know, a little bit of movement moving throughout the body, especially kind of throughout the hips and maybe even a little bit through your spine, but it's not that you're moving it, it's just that foot connects throughout the whole of your body, so you're going to feel it somewhere else. And then let that foot come down. So now we're going to work on a little bit of weight transference. So I want you just to take your weight across to the right side, let that left foot come off the floor and hold it for a couple of seconds. Then bend through that right knee, come across to the left side and see if you can hold it for a few seconds. Don't worry if you lose your balance, just bring yourself back. And see if you can feel where your weight's distributing. Is it more on the front of the foot or the back of the foot? And just keep swapping, just holding it for a few seconds. Again, notice where your weight is distributing. And again to the other side. And now as you swap, I want you to see if you can distribute the weight a bit more into your heel. So you start to connect a bit more to the back of your legs. Keep swapping and just holding for a few seconds. Transferring the weight to the back of the heel to get that hamstring to kick in, the back of your spine to then kick in. And then you should really feel your outer glutes, which are really, really super important muscles for especially running and even walking. Swap it one more time to the right and one more time to the left. And then you come back to the centre. Now again, shift your body weight back to that right foot and just really gently lift your left leg up. Let it lift so the knee comes up in line with your hip, but without this happening in your waist. Don't shorten the waist. Let the hip relax down. And then you can take your hands onto your hip bones and you're just going to start to let that knee roll out to the side. Bring it round in circles. And as you bring it round in circles, this time, let the hips move with it a bit. So don't try and keep your pelvis in one position and just move from the leg. Otherwise, you run the risk of kind of clocking and clinking the hip joint a little bit. So let the hip go with it a little bit just to stop that from happening. You want to do it too much. Don't do it from the hips. Do it from the leg. So you should start to feel the muscles inside that hip and getting nice and warm. Maybe a bit achy, but only because they're warming up. And then bring it down. And then the other leg. So again, you're finding that stability in that supporting hip, in your supporting heel, and you lift the right leg, allowing this hip to drop and that side of the waist to stay long. And then rotate it out. Let the pelvis go with it a little bit so you don't overextend that hip and you don't click it. You don't want to feel any clicking in that hip as you're rotating it. If you are feeling clicking, make it smaller. It doesn't have to be huge, it can be just small to start off with. And then you'll probably find the more you do it, the bigger you can make it. Good. Take that weight back to your right foot. Very gently again lift that left leg and keep your left hand on your hip. You're then going to inhale and reach your right arm up to the ceiling and then press that left leg out. So you're in a bit of a diagonal position now. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, pull the knee into hip height and pull your elbow across to your knee, and then inhale and push away. So now we're doing a little bit of a cross core action to see if you can really keep that stability in your core and in your pelvis, and keep bringing it in and out. And again, it doesn't have to be super fast, just try and find your balance. Try and keep that stability through your supporting heel, and you want to feel like you're really working through your belly to twist. You don't want to do it like this and pull the leg across so much. Do it more from the ribs. 2 more. And then bring it to the other side. So now you take your weight to the left foot, you lift your right leg up. Right hand comes to your hip, and you're just bringing the knee up in line with your hip again. You then inhale and reach your left arm out and up, and push that left leg away. Right leg away, sorry. And then breathe in. As you breathe out, pull it across. Try inhaling as you stretch out and exhaling as you pull in. Oh, I'm losing my balance. And again, where are you distributing that weight on your supporting foot? Is it more in your toes or is it more in your heel? Ideally, more in the heel. 1 more. Beautiful. Good. Again, take the weight back to your right foot. Lift your left leg. Now, if you are doing this in trainers, you might find it a little bit tricky to try and bring the foot to your right foot, to your left leg. Oh. Do that again. So now again, transfer the weight to your right foot. Lift your left leg. Keep that stability in your pelvis and shift again your weight to the back of the heel. Then you're going to lift the leg a little higher and see if you can just grab the ankle of your right foot and bring it to the inner thigh. Now, if this seems completely impossible, you can't possibly bring the foot to the inner thigh, you don't have to take it to the inner thigh. You can lower it and take it to the calf. If that's even harder, or it's just as hard, you can take it to the floor. So you have your toes here, your heel here. Don't push too much into the toes. Try to focus more on what your heel is doing to your ankle. Okay, if you're up here, before you let go of the foot, again, take your weight to the back of the heel of your right leg. Engage your right inner thigh and squash the foot to the thigh to the foot. Get them to really hug each other so you can keep this tree position. You're then going to see if you can take your left hand to the inside of that knee and inhale and reach your right arm up. And reach it right through the sides of your waist. Get taller. Try and make yourself grow tall like a tree. So the foot is the root of the tree, your hand are the leaves, and you're growing taller and taller to the sky. You take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, you keep pressing your arm into your leg and your leg into your arm, and your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot, and you see if you can bring yourself up and over a little to the left. Take your time. Again, don't worry if you lose your balance, you just come right back to it. And then come back. Try to take the leg away a bit slower. Now take your weight to the left foot, gently lift the right leg. Good, again, let the pelvis relax. Take your weight back into the heel of your supporting foot so you feel that back chain of the body engage. And then you're going to start to gently turn the knee out, grab the ankle, and bring it either to the inner thigh, the inner calf, or the ankle, whichever is right for you. Either way, you're still working on the balance and you're working on opening the hips up, which is what we want for any kind of a workout, especially running or obstacle course running. Same kind of principle. So again, press into the heel of your supporting foot, your left foot. Engage the inner thigh of your left leg as you push the foot and the leg towards each other. As you push the two together, you see if you can let this hip and knee open up a little more without taking the pelvis backwards. You want your pelvis to be in a really nice, stable line, as if I could just put a block or a book behind it and it would be in this really straight line. Then you're going to take your right hand to the inside of that leg, Left arm reaches up, and again, grow taller. Sink the root of your foot, the root of your tree into the ground, and grow taller all the way up into the fingertips. Don't let your hand be kind of floppy. It needs to be strong and really stable. And then you take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, you see if again you can bring yourself up and over a little. Take your time. Keep pushing the arm into the leg into the arm, the foot into the leg into the foot. And you're trying to really find space in the left side of your waist and ribs. And then slowly does it, you come back and you let the leg come down. And now the last thing we want to do is really check that we can move our body with stability, but with a little bit more dynamic movement. Because of course, if you're going to do a workout or a run or an obstacle course, you're going to be moving quite dynamically. So I want you to take your hands onto your hips. Press into your right foot and just gently take your left leg back into a nice long lunge position. Then you're going to take a breath in and take your arms out in front of you. As you breathe out, you lift the leg up. As you breathe in, you push it back. Breathe out and take it up. Breathe in and push it back. Out and up. In and push it back. Again, up and back. One more time up like this. And back. Then we try and make it a bit more dynamic. We take it up, we bring that hip around and then back. Up, around and back. And you're trying to each time end in that lovely long lunge position. You're trying again, just like you did with the initial hip roll warm up, not to get any clicking in your hip. One more time on this leg. Good, and take it to the front. Now we do the other leg. Take your weight into your left foot. Take your right leg back into a lunge. Work your back leg. Your back leg is your supporting leg. And in fact, your whole back chain of your body is your supporting chain. So we breathe in. As we breathe out, we bring it up and back. Out and up. In and back. One more. Then we go into that more dynamic movement, moving the leg out. Up and out and back. One more time. And back. Amazing. So you should now be warm. Hips should be open. Butt should be stable. And you should be ready for a workout. So off you go. Enjoy and don't forget to subscribe. Namaste.